right, just a little bit after 9:30 here. Just want to show you what's potentially in front of you when using the tools. Go ahead and watch this. That's important. Right before 9:30, you had this information here where they were sitting above that climax, no touch there, the no touch climax. All right, now this is just applying the filters to the universal approach that's on the channel. All right, so there's the no touch, no close climax with the levels and the outline. Okay, there's the climax outline, there's the bar color, and that's why you're getting that blue with the blue level. I took the no touch levels out of here. Again, you got to be able to filter out which ones will actually reward you. That's the whole point of creating the tools. That's all. And so you had another one here. This is all before 9:30. Had another one here. Let's see if they poked their head right beneath it. I believe they did. Yeah, they poked their head right beneath that one. So that's okay. That's okay. Within 2 bars, that's all it is. 2 bars, and then take the run. It came down. 9:30 is right about here. So this is 9:30. There's the IR, which is the ignition run. They managed to pass this one, but you had this one right here. Okay, so this one right here, right at 9:30, dove right into that and popped off. And then you have your aggression. This is the aggression reverse, and that's the AR and the map up here. Okay, so you got the aggression reversal and we got the zones. Where is that map expansion? That's the map. Okay, and the map came in again with the IR. Okay, so you had your map here, your AR right here. So both of these, let's just collect those and see what the response will be. And of course, you got your blue bar coming in off this bottom. You had it here, and they gave you the distance of that no touch climax. They gave you the distance of this. It's a 2-bar pattern. Okay, so what you would do is measure that pattern on the bar close. There's the decline. Now, let's see what we got on the turnaround. Let's see what they do when they respond into this information. Now, from above, if you're using the signals, this is what you would have. They broke past the blue bar. That's fine. And then you had the aggression reversal come in on this bar here. And that's a 2-bar pattern, which it would have printed with that fair value gap stuff. I actually created a version of that as well. There's that fair value gap levels with the zones. Wherever you're seeing that red or green level, it should be a zone right there as well. So you got kind of both of them gelled together there. There's your map and your ignition run here. So your map came in on 2 bars. That was here. You can kind of just project that forward. And then, of course, you had your ignition run kind of come in on this bar. So just kind of put it all together, if you will. And again, that's what you have there. So you kind of put it all together and you kind of pulled up and just held the IR, which again, that's the ignition run. That's here. There's the blue here. They kind of dove into it just a bit, just to push back up into that area there, kind of absorb that fair value there. I know you guys really like that stuff there. Again, I'm indifferent about it. Then you had, of course, the blue bar come in again with the level. You had the AR here, and they gave you the distance of it, but they wanted to come right up and just get right above that. All right, and then, of course, once they broke that area, a lot of activity right in here. You had your AR off the bottom, which again is just 2 bars, trying to filter out the signals. All right, so because the no touch, no close, the universal approach, and again, it can be everywhere, just like the gaps between the bars. It can be everywhere, but which one do you actually take? All right, so you had actually a lot of signals back here. Okay, had a lot of them, just kind of showing you what's there. That's all. So we're gonna get back to the real time. They're still hanging out in that area right there. Of course, you had the blue bar here. It's the blue bar, and again, it shows up in 2, so that's your risk. Okay, there's the blue bar. There's your risk. There's your AR right here. And you can just kind of project that forward. They went on and broke it here off the open, but pulled right into the blue bar here. Just trying to filter out this information, because that's all it is. It's just information. You got to know how to read it. All right. So here's the blue bar, and again, that's just a 2-bar signal. That's all it is. All right. So you're just using 2 bars. And again, the tool set is to help you get a professional opinion on your chart. Help you to get a professional opinion on your chart. right here. All right, so you're gonna have your losers, so you can't get rid of that. That's a part of actually doing this. You're gonna have to take a loss here and there. You're absolutely gonna have to do it. So you're not going to be able to avoid that. Small response leaned into it and gave you the distance of it. You got the distance of this one too because it's 2 bars and they definitely pushed up. But yeah, small response, not as great as the downside because that's the sentiment and what they want to do. So you got your blue here off the bottom and your gap. I know you guys again like that information. Let's see if they can get up. Just want to give you a few minutes of this information here. Then I will be adding it to the channel. So we're going to put this on the page here down at the bottom for reference. So those that come to the channel, they can just take a look here. And if you're new to the channel, you're more than welcome to view all the content. Everything here is free. I want to say that to you. Everything here is free. I'm sorry I didn't start with this, but I want to let you know this is all you need. As far as education, this is all you need, but I am making available my actual tools. So for $200, you can get a professional's opinion on your chart. You don't need it, but should you want it, you can get the free version of NinjaTrader 8 and you can get the tools up there. So not to entice you with trading, again, trading will empty your pockets, to say the least, and it'll frustrate you and tear up your life. I want to go ahead and say that to you if you don't know how to do it, and that's the goal, to try to help you learn how to do it. Most view videos here, must watch. It's quite a few of them in here. You can take a look at all that information. If you never traded before, you'll want to go ahead and start here. I'll try to teach you how to read real time. Universal threshold. I'm not going to be going over any of this. And there's the trend. I use price and price alone. Price action method. Again, that's what we're kind of outlining with the indicators, how to filter out which ones make sense using principles. All right, using principles. That's all. And the universal chart scale, so the market will turn in front of you. I'll try to touch on this just a little bit, but we're going to add this video to this section because it's all about that suite. And I'm going to try to capture maybe another 3 or 4 9:30 videos for you. I know it's a little late. I wasn't able to get here at 9:30, but I'll try to capture maybe 2 or 3 more for you and add it to the section. And then from there, you guys can judge for yourself whether or not it's even worth considering having the tools on your chart. Okay, just want to make sure that you're able to see what it is that's available. All right, so it's really simple. I know there's a lot of information online trying to give you tools for a lot of money. I want to kind of just offset that. I want to give you some free education that absolutely change how you look at charts, and then also some tools that should help you out a great deal. We got pressures up here that try to tell you whether or not the bar has strength. That's all. That's all. And that's here. So that's the ignition pressure. Okay. So wherever you're seeing the IR, that's a part of that function. That's all. It's a part of that function. The IR is here. They had one here, but they got past that one. You had one here. You had one here. Had one here. Again, it's trying to read it to you. They didn't give you the distance there, but you had the IR there, the IR there. And that, again, this pressure right here tries to give you that information in real time. So that way you'll know, hey, this could potentially turn into something larger. That's all. Now, as far as the trend, the trend is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, there's 7. So that's 7 is potentially saying. I'm not going to dive too much into that. Again, this is all about the tools. Saying it can go up that far, you want to see if it's at all possible. I believe that was a 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and a 7, 7 right here. So it's saying it can get up that high. What is that? 120, let's say 121, somewhere in that area right there. So 121, that's back here. Let me just remove that. Yeah, just want to give you a look. 121, is that above here? Yeah, that's above that. All right, so let's see if it can do it. That's all. Let's give it a second. You're still getting the pressure for the downside. Again, just a few minutes with you, let you get a chance to see the actual tools at work. Really simple stuff. If you think they're of any use to you, then absolutely you can pick them up. Absolutely, it's for you to have. That's why I made them for. So you don't have to spend $300-$400 on some information, and they're not incorporating principles of how the market actually function. So let's open this up just a bit so we can watch it trade. I already went through it historically, and let's see what it does with this blue bar here. The pressure is saying that it can keep declining. So let's see. Or will we get a pop out of this area? For those that was in the private community, you know about this right here. Let's see if it'll just keep going. Let's see. Let's see. quick move down. Let's find out what stopped them while we're waiting on that. So let's go take a look at the tools here. Let's go just drop that there, and then let's go take a look back and see what may have slowed them down. All right, so let's go back here and see what slowed them down. All right, so let me make that line a little bit thicker. Let me make that a little bit thicker because I got the horizontal line for the price floater there. So let's just make this a tad bit thicker just so I can differentiate which one is which. All right, so let's see what slowed them down. Let's see. Okay, yeah, so we had an IR back here. So we had an IR back here. Okay, these are just a couple tools, All right, so that's what slowed them down. All right, so again, you can, all right, so they're trying to lift back up out of that. They're trying to. All right, sorry again that I couldn't make it directly at 9:30. Couldn't make it. All right, so they already blew through this signal here. The goal is to catch it when it's forming. That's the goal. You know, use the pressure, catch it while it's forming, and then once you see the signal pop up, go ahead and just take that distance out. Just take it out, you know, and it should be available for you. Let's see if they can get up and give the distance here. Let's see if they can do that. So we would be looking for potentially this at least, even if you're not doing the whole trend distance, you're looking for that, and that should put them through the high. Now off to the left, let's see what we got. Since you guys do that a little bit too, all we have is our zones over here that I just marked out before we got started. The goal is to stay with them. That's the goal. It's not to so much go, you know, hindsight. It's to play with this hard right edge. Try to stay with these guys. Whatever they're suggesting right at the moment, you'll want to go with them. All right. And that's really important. So that way, once the signal plot, you can just go ahead and know that you got a pretty decent stop based on what I know about markets. And hopefully it will just continue and give you the distance of what made the signal. It's just that simple. Let's see. All right, so they moved down into the blue bar. There's the AR. Got both of them here. So they're trying to offer you this distance, but it's coming out of here. I don't like when they do that. I don't too much care for when they do that. I like for it to go from the top of the signal personally. So that'll put them here, and they're almost there. That's again, every bar is a trend. I went over that on the channel. I suggest you definitely, again, comb through some of the material on the actual channel here. Go ahead and comb through some of this information. A lot of real time information. A lot of real time. I try to read you the chart in real time. In the last couple videos, though, I've been trying to offer the actual suite for those that may need a little help. Don't think it's strange. I want to help people even with that. Some people need a signal on the chart. They just do. And it's okay to go with that. It is. But all the rest of the information here, there's really nothing there other than the chart itself. Okay, and all I did was kind of introduce the indicator to highlight the universal price action method. Okay, so it'll kind of just do it for me, so that way I don't have to reference the bars. It'll just color it for me. But almost everything on the channel, I suggest you go back and just take a look at. And I code the tools based on that information and a couple other principles. That's all. Try to weed out the trades that just won't give you what it is that you are really looking for. That's all. And if they absorb the signals, that's another bad thing I want to say. If they absorb your signals, okay, now I know they pushed up into it and responded, but it didn't want to, you know, go ahead and break down. If they absorb that, you know, that's bad as well. That's not something you want to see happen. So when they came back here, okay, even though on this particular, well, you had the IR over here, but it went just slightly beneath it. Now, keep in mind, I'm offering a lot of signals, a lot of signals. So there may have been a signal here that could have caught this. I just have what you're seeing on the chart. But when they blow your signal, that's bad. Okay, so when they take out your signal, that's horrible. You don't want them to do that. That can cause yet another major problem. It can, absolutely can. Let's see. And the zones, these zones are two bar zones. Let me tell you what they are, so you'll know. This is the supply and demand zone. So it just takes 2 bars to make these 2 bars. Again, I tried to put that gap in there for you guys that like that type of approach. Tried to put that there for you, but the zones again, just two bars. Let's see. They made that distance, but again, they supposed to get here suggestively. But when they tend to lean back before they push, I just don't too much care for that because then they end up offering it to you kind of on the inside of it. And that's why you need to be able to read it in real time. So here's the pressure saying they're going to come back through here. So let's see what they do. And then again, I'm not going to be up here for you long with you long. I'm going to be again just trying to provide you maybe another 2 or 3 videos, and I'm gonna catch it at 9:30. That's the thing I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go ahead and catch it at 9:30. I'll try to go ahead and get that done tomorrow. Was a little bit late on this one here, but it's okay. We'll get maybe another 2 videos, just another 2 videos to put into that section. So be on the lookout for it, and that way you can get a chance to watch the tools. And then we're just going to look at the same tools that we're looking at right now. We're going to look at the same tools in the next couple of days. We're going to take a look at that information. We're going to do that. Let's see if they can actually get up here and see how long that may take. I don't want to be up here too long, just a few minutes. I want to give you some information. If you want to look at the 1 second, let me kind of enlarge this just a bit. Kind of got that drop down there. Just open this up just a hair. Same kind of thing going on here. Again, this is these indicators are absolutely coded differently than the 1 minute and the range chart indicators. Range chart indicators and the 1 second. The way I had to code it is based on how it itself moves. It don't move the same. It just doesn't. The fluctuations are tighter, and so it's a little bit different to go about coding the information for the 1 minute, still using the same principles, but the 1 minute and 1 second, because the fluctuations are so tight, you have to go about it just a tad bit differently. And of course with the range chart, they form the bars a little different as well, so you have that flexibility too. So you got another area back here should they want to fall through that. Let's just go right here. Worst case scenario, which I don't think that they should wind up back here at all. But let's just do this. I'm gonna just drop this here. They should be able to get right out of here with no problem. Let's see if they can do it. So yeah, you'll have a lot of flexibility on and again, the pressure here is the same pressure that's here. That's the ignition. It's on the 1 second. It's on the 1 second, so it's here as well. It's here as well, trying to again read that 1 second fluctuation to you. So if you're into that, if you're into that, that's available as well. And of course, I have these arrows. There's 3 different indications down here, if you will, but they're calculating the 5 second, 15 second, 30 second, and 45 second, trying to help break down that 1 minute bar. So if you want to get in it sooner, that's potentially something to consider. But you should be able to get it done with just the pressures alone, to be honest with you, just the ignition pressure. And there's several different ones I provide. Depends on your timing needs. Like, how do you want to time it? There's several pressures in the package itself. Several. How do you want to time it? Yeah, they definitely got above here, but I don't know if they're going to make this without some kind of, some kind of decline that's a little deeper than what you got here. You can see that they're really active here, really active after that break of that high. Just really hitting that gas. So they're trying to come back here, but I don't know how this is going to play out. You got this sitting right above their head here. They may want to come back a little deeper. So let's I'm gonna just cover that up just for a second. So if you're trying to do, let's say you're trying to do the chart scale, you want to divide the chart scale, it would go here. That's the center of the scale. This will be the upper part of the scale. Now I'll color that in just a moment. Just give me a second. And this will be the lower half of the scale. So if you're trying to see just using your chart, like what's the likelihood? What's the likelihood? Let's go dark green here. If you're trying to find the bias, so not about indicators, just trying to teach you how to look at the chart without the tools. Okay, I want to make sure that you understand how it works. You'll want to divide your chart up, and so that way you don't have to look left. You don't have to do that. It's really simple. I will have you know it's really simple. Let's go and do this. Help you understand how it all works. All right, so you would divide it up like this. Okay, if they can stay above here, they're just they're bullish. Given that they don't want to turn from here and fall through it. And that's the only thing. So you kind of got a window, just a window of opportunity here. The closer you're to here, you are to target here. And then once they get above here, you treat that as, again, just really bullish. And you try to see if they can stay above it and just take off again, just stay above it and take off again. And that's what you're wanting to accomplish, even if you're not using any kind of moving averages or anything like that, which again, they can be useful if you want to combine that information. That's fine. The goal is, again, trying to keep them above the center of your chart. Try to keep them above here. Now I'm going to lock this just for a moment. Let me just lock that. I'm gonna move it in just a second, but just let me lock this just in case I end up deleting this stuff by mistake. But yeah, as you can clearly see, they're not coming past here, but I do suspect that they may lean down a little deeper, maybe under here actually, and then go again. If they do not go ahead and just push, want to see if they can just go ahead and push and not keep stalling this out. Let's get back to our 1 second here. They kind of got stuck beneath that zone there, and as well as this one here. Let's see if they can get that break of the zone. Yeah, they broke it. So now let's see if they can maintain it. All right, so let's see if they can maintain it. They were able to get through it, which is a good thing. And let's see if they can keep on going. Let's see if they can get through this high as well. You can see them definitely inside of this bar. They're inside of it. I don't like dojis, but they're inside this bar. And let's see, can they keep right on going? I don't like dojis. I'm going to tell you that. I don't like. Been saying it the whole time that I've been on the channel, and I hope you've been paying attention. Go back through your charts, and yeah, I wish they were never on there. But they're in this push. They're in this push, so let's see if they'll hold it. Should they double back? I mean, you can see again they're really active here, really active. So the only thing I can suspect that they won't stop here if they break. Matter of fact, let me take away this because I don't suspect that they'll stop here at all if they come back through that information. If they come back through here without going through this high, they're not going to stop here. Matter of fact, I don't even think they will if they did after breaking. I meant to okay, I did. I got rid of the one that I didn't want. That was this one here. Okay, so if they come back after breaking this high, they're going to fall through this. I'm pretty certain of that and wind up down here, and then maybe they'll lean back up. But let's see if we can get all the way up here. And the goal is to go for the distance of the signal itself. That's all. It's two bars. Go for the distance of the signal. And more often than not, you should be able to accomplish it. I know sometimes they do this. And this to be treated a particular way as well. Again, there's indicators in the indicator list that handles this type of activity too. It does. You just got to select which ones you will want to use. Yeah, here we go. All right, so here they come again. Here they come again. All right, so they're just pulling in that bar. All right, so what I'm gonna do if they manage to get through here, we'll just get back at this tomorrow. And again, I'm gonna probably give you yet another, I don't know, maybe 30 minutes of it tomorrow from 9:30 to 9:30 all the way up to 10 o'clock. And then that way you can just again evaluate the tools via that way, and then say to yourself, because a lot of times when I shoot the videos, I'm having to cover other content. Like I don't want to just have someone just watch the tools. I want to make sure that everybody get a chance to learn something. But now I want to make sure that this is there. I want to put something there that you can actually just reference and say, okay, yeah, I can see that being useful. That's all from that side of the fence, not having to make that purchase. Just be on that side of the fence and evaluate it. It's really simple. That's all. And everything that's on, I want to say this to you. I want to say this, and please let me say this to you. Everything on this channel is worth more than $200. You'll lose that on any winning trade. So you'll lose over $200 on any trade. I promise you that. Any trade, you'll lose $200. All of my free information that I'm giving to you, the public, is free and it's worth more than $200. It's invaluable, meaning priceless. I want to say that to you. Just the free information I'm providing you is greater than things that you're probably paying for. And so when I offer my tools, again, that's me extending yet more understanding to you about what it is that I know about markets. And so it should not be, again, just something strange that I'm requiring that you just put a little bit of effort on this side of the fence to obtain just a little bit more information. That's all it is, a little bit more information. and there's no Q&A about the code. So it's a follow the plot process for $200. I am not going to be covering answering questions about what the code is. No, I'm not doing all of that. So it's a follow the plot process. That's why you get a chance to just view excuse me, view the information, and then from there you can decide for yourself whether or not it'll be of any use to you. Let's see if they'll push again. Let's see. Let's see, can they get through this high? Really jagged stuff. This can get anybody in trouble. Definitely if you're trying to short this high, this can get you in trouble. And again, most people take the position and they're wondering, why is it coming back? Why is it coming back? Why is it coming back? It's price and it's cyclical. It does that. It really just comes back. That's all it does. And so you got to know potentially what that would look like. That's all. What would it look like if they were to come back? Where is it likely that it should resume? You had a little bit of area here. It was pretty dark here. A couple of them stacked. They pulled right on top of that and kind of took off. I should have put that there when they were coming down. But yeah, so they're almost there. Again, I appreciate you taking the time to view the content. And again, whatever you do, don't buy indicators. I want to tell you that. Don't purchase no one's indicators, not even mine, until you take a moment to view some of this free information. It's free information. And you may be able to get it accomplished with the free content. You may be able to absolutely obtain what it is that you want to do with the free information. So don't feel obligated in no capacity that you have to reach this far. You don't. But this is a flexible alternative should you need a professional's opinion on your chart. All right. So I wish you all the best with your trading. Take